Hello, dear lovely audience. Welcome back to another Kelly Ripa Show New Recap. Everyone, I know y'all have been waiting for this. Thank you guys so much for your patience. Kelly Ripa reveals her and Mark Consuelos' intimate morning versus night sex schedule. A playful look inside TV's most candid couple. For decades, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have been the couple who somehow make marriage look easy, even glamorous, while still teasing each other like two best friends who never quite grew out of flirt mode. Over the years, fans have heard plenty of charming, and occasionally eyebrow-raising, stories from the Live with Kelly and Mark hosts. But the latest moment that had viewers leaning closer to their screens came when Kelly opened up about her and Mark's very specific rhythm when it comes to intimacy. Not graphic, not scandalous, just hilariously honest. Exactly the Ripa Consuelos brand. It happened during an episode in which the couple landed on the topic of sleep routines and energy levels, something innocent enough. But with Kelly and Mark, even a routine conversation about circadian rhythms somehow finds a shortcut straight into cheeky territory. And this time, Kelly came armed with a revelation that made Mark grin in that, "I can't believe you're saying this on TV," way fans know so well. "People always assume we're night people," Kelly said, waving her hand as if dismissing the entire world's assumptions at once. "But honestly, we're morning people. At night, we're exhausted. We collapse. There's no time for romance, just sleep." Mark, laughing, didn't deny it. Because really, what was there to deny? When Kelly Ripa announces your marital schedule on national television, you just nod along and try to look like you're not sweating. But Kelly wasn't finished. In fact, she was just getting warmed up. Morning magic versus night fatigue. Kelly explained it with the same candid humor that has made her one of daytime TV's most beloved personalities. Morning is when the energy is high, the coffee has kicked in, and nobody's thinking too hard about anything yet, she said. Nighttime? Forget it. Mark's asleep by 9:30. I'm not giving a motivational speech just to keep him awake. Mark jumped in, defending himself with dramatic indignation. I'm not asleep. I'm resting my eyes. Only for Kelly to shoot back. Sweetheart, you snore within 45 seconds. Their playful banter mixed with real marital truth is exactly why millions tune in daily. They're open, but not oversharing. Sexy, but never salacious. Married, but still flirtatious like two teenagers who stole the keys to the family car. The revelation about their preferred schedule wasn't about shocking people. It was about showing that after more than 25 years together, they still understand each other's rhythms, limits, and preferences. In a world obsessed with perfect relationships, this kind of humorous honesty is refreshing. The evolution of their relationship rhythm. Longtime fans know Kelly and Mark's chemistry has always been sizzling. After all, they eloped in 1996 after a whirlwind romance as co-stars on All My Children. But careers, children, and increasingly early morning call times have shifted their lifestyle dramatically. Kelly joked that, when they were younger, the idea of scheduling intimacy felt ridiculous. We were spontaneous. Spontaneity was our entire personality, she said. But then you have kids, and work, and real bedtime, and suddenly spontaneity is something you schedule like a dentist appointment. Mark added playfully that they had more stamina in the 90s, prompting Kelly to raise her eyebrows and reply, "You did. I've always been a nap person." The audience erupted. What made the moment even sweeter was how they teased out the truth that many long-term couples know but rarely admit. Your relationship's timing evolves. And there's nothing wrong with that. If anything, it shows how two people adapt to each other as life changes. Why morning works for them. Kelly broke it down in a list that had the studio audience laughing before she even finished. 1. Energy levels. Morning energy is undefeated, she announced. Why do you think people work out in the morning? Because they're actually awake. Mark nodded vigorously. By nighttime, I'm thinking about pajamas. 2. 0 distractions. No phones buzzing, no emails, no kids calling with questions like, "Where's my charger?" Kelly said. The morning is peaceful, controlled, sexy in a quiet way. 3. It starts the day with connection. Mark got surprisingly sentimental, something Kelly immediately teased him for. He said, "It's a nice way to feel close before everything gets crazy. You carry that with you." Kelly put her hand on his arm and replied, "See, look at that emotional intelligence at 7 a.m. The audience loved it. Nighttime, the untold comedy. Of course, Kelly being Kelly, she didn't miss her chance to describe how nighttime romance attempts usually go. "Here's a typical night," she said dramatically. "We agree, tonight is the night," and by 9 p.m. someone is snoring. Mark raised his hand. "Guilty." She continued, "And if we do stay awake, Mark is scrolling through house listings of properties we'll never buy, and I'm Googling symptoms that absolutely are not real diseases." Mark protested, "You're a hypochondriac," to which Kelly replied, "And yet you married me. That's on you." In the end, they both agreed. Nighttime is too chaotic, too sleepy, too adult. Morning is when they feel like themselves again. How fans reacted. As soon as the segment aired, social media returned its usual chorus of admiration, delight, and disbelief. One fan wrote, "Kelly and Mark talking about their sex schedule is peak morning TV energy, LOL." Another said, "They're the only couple who can discuss intimacy before 10 a.m. and somehow make it wholesome." Some fans joked about switching their own relationship routines after hearing the Ripa Consuelos' endorsement of sunrise intimacy. Others simply appreciated how open they are about marriage, not to shock people, but to normalize the real stuff. Exhaustion, schedules, connection, and keeping the spark alive in ways that feel natural. What their honesty really means. At its core, Kelly and Mark's candid confession isn't about their specific timing, it's about their partnership. Their willingness to talk openly, laugh at themselves, and adapt together shows the foundation of their marriage. Communication, playfulness, and comfort. They don't present perfection. They present partnership. They poke fun at age, at exhaustion, at each other, but it's rooted deeply in affection. Where some celebrities build walls around their private lives, Kelly and Mark have always found joy in letting fans peek behind the curtain, just enough to feel relatable, never enough to feel intrusive. Their openness about morning intimacy isn't really a scandal. It's a celebration of long-lasting romance in the simplest, sweetest form, choosing to connect at the time of day that works best for them. A couple that keeps growing. As the segment wrapped, Kelly smirked and said, "Well, now that everyone knows our schedule, we might have to change it." Mark leaned in and whispered, audibly enough for the audience to hear, "Or we double down on it." Kelly burst out laughing. "Get some sleep first, then we'll talk." And there it was, the perfect ending to a perfectly Ripa Consuelos moment. A couple who flirts, jokes, teases, and deeply understands each other, even down to the hour of the day when romance makes the most sense. In a world full of love stories that burn bright and fade fast, theirs is a warm, steady sunrise every single day.